Okay, so let's start by say and spell the name for me so we get the word started right.
All right, so my name is Joost Deveis, Joost Deveis.
Okay, so what do you do?
I'm the CEO of DeLorean Motor Company in San Antonio, Texas.
The DeLorean Motor Company?
The new DeLorean Motor Company, yes.
So how did that come about? Because I thought it kind of went really bad for reasons. And
Yeah, what we call classic DeLorean stopped producing cars in 1983. They stayed close to a decade in bankruptcy law, and ultimately in 1995 the Wynn family, not the Wynn family here in Las Vegas, but the Wynn family from the UK purchased the rights to the DeLorean brand, moved all the stuff from Northern Ireland to Texas, and really built a business around servicing and upgrading and helping customers with the DMC-12.
so you're talking classic cars. You don't have a new line of cars?
Yep, we do. So a few years ago, we came to the conclusion that DeLorean as a brand that lived on in Lego and Playmobil and any online game you can imagine was really a very viral brand. Technology became accessible enough for DeLorean to come back and say, we can do another car for the brand, but then as a full line OEM, not just a single car. First car obviously had to be the coupe, so we launched our coupe at Pebble Beach in August this year.
Okay, despite his business philosophy, his car manufacturing or his car design philosophy was pretty revolutionary at the time.
Yeah.
Have you continued on with the mindset of the types of cars that he was trying to get the big guy boys to make? That is why he created his own company?
Yeah, I think we went deep back. We went back to the people in Detroit, where ultimately John Z. DeLorean, the person, led the Pontiac division of General Motors. He worked together with a designer in Italy called Giugiaro, who owned a design house called ITEL Design. And we went all the way back. So we met with Giugiaro, the father, and Fabrizio, the son, and they showed us designs that were made in the late 70s and the early 80s the world had never seen. And they never stopped designing DeLoreans. So we had great discussions with them about the vision of the brand at that time, because the car was pretty out there design-wise. It was very unique in its material choices, the stainless steel. It was a classic 1980s shaped vehicle in that sense. And Giugiaro had some very interesting discussions about and ideas about what the brand should have been. So before we launched our coupe, that's the Alpha 5, we actually went back in time and we created the Alpha 2 from 1996, the Alpha 3 from 2003, and the Alpha 4 from 2013, as if they existed in a continuous pattern. So the Alpha 5 is actually the fourth car we launched this year. We went back 40 years to recreate that design history of the brand.
Interesting. So how is it competing with so many car manufacturers, and in particular car manufacturers that are all trying to go green when, I'm assuming you're not.
No, we are.
Oh, you are? Okay.
But with a twist. I'll give you the twist in a minute.
Okay. Well, no, go ahead. I mean, kind of just throwing stuff out.
So the going green in the US means batteries. Going green in other parts of the world means hydrogen. So today CARB, which is the leading organization in the US that makes emissions, mainly California, and then 14 states follow, they're living in the church of battery at the moment, and it will be difficult to get them out. But the rest of the world is moving over to hydrogen as a clean solution. So we're going to have to do both. For the Middle East and Europe, we'll go hydrogen. For the US, for now, we'll go battery electric. Propulsion is always electric, but where the energy is stored will be different from location to location.
Okay, I'm actually going to dive kind of deep in this and question that because I shot a number of interviews on hydrogen and had been told in 2013, 2015 is the year, blah, blah, blah. There's a hydrogen station right around the corner from my house.
Yeah, you must be in California.
I'm in California.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of hydrogen stations in Los Angeles. I could literally get in and around Los Angeles on hydrogen and not have a fear of being stuck somewhere. So is it because California is the only marketplace that you just don't see hydrogen in the US?
We're going to approach it differently. We're going to have, when you buy the car on a hydrogen power, you'll have a hydrogen creation station for your home, solar powered. So hydrogen in the US from an infrastructure perspective is 20 years away. There's 52 stations in the US, 51 of them are in California and one of them is in New York. So before we're really going to be in a hydrogen economy in this particular market, it's going to be a long way off. Europe, however, has a very big problem today with natural gas and gasoline because of the war between Ukraine and Russia. And they've made some massive investments and are making massive investments to move towards hydrogen. So we believe strongly that that market will be first, the Middle East will be second, Europe or the US will be third.
So let's back up here, because I was told in 2013 that Honda was going to have a home filling station powered by solar. Plug in your hose, boom, go.
That's it.
Okay. It's going to run about 30,000. The car is going to be out 40, so 70, you're all in. I have yet to see it, and I don't know whether that's the U.S. patent, U.S. safety laws. So have you got a U.S. patent? Have you gotten approval to start doing this in?
It's already, you can already buy it today in Germany and in the Netherlands and in France and in Sweden. It's not new news anymore. What they use hydrogen for today is an energy storage for homes instead of batteries. And solar creates the energy. If there's excess, they convert it to hydrogen. When there's no solar, they convert it back into energy. So this is something you can buy for your home today. So US, therefore, there will be different laws, different regulations to comply to. That's why I don't see the US switching very fast. Plus, you have to remember that the US energy is unbelievably cheap compared to the rest of the world. I mean, I've lived in this country for almost 10 years, and every time I go to a gas station, I still have to smile. I'm used to $10, $12 a gallon, and in Texas we're now $2.99. It's like, oh, this is awesome.
You're the only one.
I know.
$6 in California, so.
I hear you.
Right. Okay, so is your car liquid or gas?
Our first car will be battery electric in the US, so the Alpha 5.
I mean the hydrogen.
The hydrogen,
Gas.
it will probably be gas at home, but it has to be liquid in the car. So we're still working through some issues there because the pressure differences between the two solutions is enormous.
Right.
We're going to have to get to liquid.
Okay, because 2013 again, I haven't really kept up. BMW was the only one doing liquid.
BMW is today the one of the brands that is probably the furthest ahead today is Toyota.
They were gas.
And no, they go with liquid. They've gone with liquid. BMW is very far advanced, and I've heard from Toyota in the press lately that they also see the same problems we see. There's just not enough battery capacity out there to fulfill the needs of an exploding EV market. There needs to be a different energy storage solution. Electric drive, yes, in any case. It's efficient, it's quiet, it's wonderful, but where does the energy come from? That is really the big conundrum right now.
Yeah, I had heard that the governor of Hawaii was trying to get, in order to move natural gas around the island through the pipeline, they exhaust to keep it at a temperature hydrogen. They just pump it out. And the governor was saying, well, why don't we just tap that? And then boom, and it's already all around the ring of the island.
Yeah.
And so I think eventually we'll get there, but it's kind of sad to me. It's been almost a decade and we're not going in the direction that I've been saying forever. Why are we doing this? This is the fucking answer.
But you have to remember that people vote with their wallets. And when energy is at the price levels where it is in the US, there's no incentive. I mean, I love EVs. I've been driving EVs since the first Nissan Leaf came out. My wife will never go back. But if I really look at my wallet and the distances I drive, there's still not a very good business case for me personally to drive an electric vehicle. I choose it for other reasons. I choose it because I like the performance, I like the quietness, I love the safety of it because all the weight is very low in the car and I can do stupid things before the car gets stupid to me. So there's a lot of benefits on an EV, but if it's just your wallet you're looking at, the ROI is difficult to justify still.
Wow. Okay, so let's get to the Web3 EX Expo. Why have you picked this expo to be a sponsor?
Web3 is for me, people don't know Web3 yet. If I look to the demographics of my customer base, I would say 99% of them don't know how to spell the word NFT. They have no idea what it is. And Web3 is an organization whereby there's a lot of very young minds, very interesting minds, but there's also some older people here who understand how it needs to fit into a Web2 world. The way we went to market by basically tokenizing our whole production or basically make an NFT for our whole production is something that's never been done before. And the platform here, for me, is a good bridge between Web 2 and Web 3. If anybody will ever understand it, it will be the people that are here.
So you're saying that you're selling or pre-selling your car through NFTs?
Yes, 100%. The whole 6-year production run, 9,351 cars, are exclusively sold through an NFT. No NFT, no car. There's 0 dealer allocation. None.
So the contract I would sign normally is a smart contract?
Yes, it is. And in your wallet, in your crypto wallet.
You won't hear my voice?
Yes, please.
So kind of word in the question into your answer.
Okay.
So the contract I would normally sign is a smart contract?
Yeah, the contract you would sign is a smart contract, and you'll actually see a digital avatar associated with that. And right now I'm selling you an unconfigured vehicle, so the avatar will be a see-through version of the Alpha 5. Once you get 6 months prior to production, you're going to burn your current NFT, you're going to configure your vehicle in the final colors and wheels and options that you want. You'll get a new NFT that reflects the real vehicle with the VIN number. And then once you start taking delivery of the vehicle, all the service history of the vehicle, the usage data of the vehicle will be on the chain, accessible to you as an owner, because you not only own the physical asset, you also own the data set. And that is new compared to anybody else out there, because data is being grabbed from your vehicles. You don't know how much, you don't know what they grab, and you don't own it. In our world, we believe the physical asset and the digital assets need to be owned by the owner. That is you as an owner of the vehicle.
Yeah, if you get in an accident in Tesla will not give your lawyer your information. Okay, so therefore that chain, your NFT, continues. Maintenance records, a lot, right? It's updated?
The NFT will continue for the life of the vehicle. So the moment that you sell the vehicle, and I know that because I get the DMV records, I will force you to move that NFT to the new owner. If you don't do it, I'll burn it on your end and I'll give it to the new owner. If that vehicle at the end of its life is taken off the road, I'll remotely burn your NFT. The NFT is tied to the physical asset. That's why we call it a digital twin. That digital twin is always living with the physical asset. It's a true bridge from metaverse or from Web3 into the physical world.
And it's transferable?
Yes, it is. And I force you to transfer it. You cannot have ownership of a digital twin if you don't own a physical asset.
I didn't even know the creator of an NFT could remotely burn it.
Yes, we can. There's code in there that allows us to do that.
Is that universal for NFTs, or is that something you developed specifically for?
I believe it is universal, that is possible, but there are certain software things that need to be done.
Interesting. So, God, normally I could just come up with questions, and I'm just like, but you've blown my mind in this whole. Okay, so why this expo? You have a lot of expos, a lot of places, and maybe you've sponsored others, maybe you kind of released at others. Why this particular expo?
Why this expo? We tested the waters a little bit at another expo a couple of months back, and the reaction we got from people there was like, whoa, what you're doing is really, really groundbreaking. You should tell more people. And then we looked at what expos are available to you, and a lot of the ones that are specifically NFT are very much about art. Nothing against it, but it's two-dimensional. It is non-smart NFTs. It's not NFTs with a function. When you looked at an expo like this, which straddles many different verticals, it's not just NFTs, it's banking, it is also art. There's a lot of different things happening in this particular expo that made it much more broader in the audience, because what we're doing has never been done before. We felt that this was an excellent crowd and also an excellent public to tell our story to.